We're here with Victoria. Want to say hello?
Hi, people.
So, you've got quite an interesting story. Apparently we're seeing less of you. Is that what I understand?
120 pounds less. I was 250 pounds 5 years ago, November 2006.
And so what did you do to get this rapid weight loss going on?
Well, it took about a year and a half, and I switched to a fruit and vegetable diet. I had eaten only fast food most of my life, and I was very sick, and I'd had my gallbladder removed in November of 2006, and I thought that's why I had been sick all these years. I remember being sick since I was 12, irritable bowel problems, constant bronchitis, constant strep throat, bladder infections, achiness all the time. I would literally pour a handful of ibuprofen in my hand every morning and pop it in my mouth just so I could survive the day. And anyway, so they took my gallbladder out, and I was sicker after it was out, and I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die. And so I was laying in bed. I couldn't really get out of bed for more than 10 minutes at a time without feeling awful. And I was watching TV, because that's what I did. And there was an infomercial on, this guy named Kevin Trudeau with this book called Natural Cures They Don't Tell You About. And I figured it was an infomercial. This was just a big scam, but I was dying. The doctors weren't helping me. The gallbladder surgeon actually told me to quit calling him and call back in a year if I was still having problems. And I didn't think I would live a year. And so I got this book, and it talked about eating organic food and don't eat processed food, don't eat fast food. And I was just like, well, maybe it's the food. Like, I don't know why that never dawned on me before. And so I started eating organic food and cooking at home. My boyfriend at the time was making me this food because I really didn't have much strength to do it. And I started feeling a little better, but I didn't feel that much better. And then I was reading a Sprout magazine, which just is a local magazine there in Boise, Idaho, and there was on this page this little tiny article about this big, I still have it on my wall, that talked about raw foods and living enzymes, and I was like, maybe I need living enzymes, I don't know. So I tried it for one day, just eating raw fruits and vegetables, and I woke up the next morning feeling better than I ever remember feeling in my life. And I was just like, this is incredible. You know, I didn't know people could feel this good. And so that's what got me started. And, you know, it was an up and down process. I would eat, you know, I'd get so hungry eating raw fruits and vegetables that I would eat some cooked food, and I would instantly have to go to bed the rest of the day. I would feel so incredibly horrible. And so finally I was like, well, if all that I can eat is fruits and vegetables, I'm just going to eat them until I'm full. And so I would eat half a watermelon, and I'd be like, I'm still hungry, and I would grab the other half and eat that half. And I was losing tons of weight and feeling better than I ever felt in my life. And anyway, it was a long story. I met other raw food people, which I was like, I didn't know these existed. And they got me into some gourmet raw with high fat nuts and seeds, and I started having problems again. And
So the high fat raw wasn't working for you?
no, and the other incredible thing was when I switched to fruits and vegetables, I had horrible depression and mental problems my whole life, schizophrenia, and when I switched, all that also went away. And I remember suffering from that since I was 12. I remember the voices starting when I was 12. And at that age, I was 34 at the time. I'm 39 now. I'm 39 now. Right? So when I went to the gourmet raw, the voices and everything started coming back as well, and the mood swings, and I wasn't sure why. And then I discovered Doug Graham's book, 80-10-10, and read that, and I was like, oh, oh, that's the difference. That's what I was doing. That's why it worked at first, and then it stopped working. So I went back to the fruits and vegetables, and everything cleared up. And
Hold on, you said you're 39? I'm gonna have to zoom in on this. Can you believe this, folks?
I should have brought my before pictures, but you can look them up I'm on Facebook. It's Victoria Everett, and I have you can email me, vibrantvic@gmail.com. And I'm also starting a consultation business on mental wellness and healing and weight loss. And I'll have a website soon. And anyway, that's my story. A very short version, but
Thank you, Victoria.
okay.